How we doing, guys? This is Alexander, obviously. Question that came up last night. I always answer questions like this, but I want to touch upon. I was talking with a young gentleman who had been training he was 19. He'd been training for about 3 or 4 years, I think, in the gym, lifting weights. And he was still very scrawny, skinny. And he wasn't really sure why he wasn't making the progress that he wanted to make. I had a conversation with him about progressive overload and consistency and understanding the principles of what he was doing. And technical talk aside, there was something that he brought up that was really the topic of this conversation. He was getting discouraged. He found it discouraging that progression was not happening how he wanted it to go. So this is going to be one of those harsh conversations, which you probably all figured out already. Things were not going how he wanted it to go. He found it discouraging. What did I think of this? How do you not get discouraged? Well, like I say often, guys, fuck your discouragement. I don't say that to you, but you need to say that to yourself. Fuck getting discouraged. If you're going to do something and you want to become something, and you know full well that it is going to take time, because everything in life that is worth doing takes time, then the idea of quitting, or the idea that you are discouraged, or the idea or the experience that things are not going your way how you'd want them to go all the time, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it can't matter, because for you to succeed, you have to keep going. There's no other way to go about it. There is no hack. There's no expediting the process. There's no speedy, quick fix. Everything is time dependent. Time is the domain in which all things get proven. You want to get big and strong? That's progressive overload. That's getting stronger bit by bit, month by month, year by year, and you keep doing that for as long as necessary. PEDs are a quick fix. Even then they're not a quick fix. You know why? Because I could give a whole bunch of fucking steroids right now and jack you up in 6 months, a year. You know what? There's still guys stronger than you because they've been training longer than you, and you're probably still not going to be that strong. Still, because you don't have the genetics anyways. So you could take all the drugs you want in the world. You're still going to be just above average. Maybe you'll be, well above average, but you're still going to be not elite. You won't be elite at all. People that are elite for a reason. That's because they're better and more gifted and harder working than you all at the same time. So even with drugs, it's still not a quick fix. It might be a solution in some sense or another, but it's not a quick fix. You're not going to be the best because you don't deserve to be, and you haven't earned it, and you weren't good enough to be in the first place. So progression and overload, like I'm talking about, the progression of time, you have to keep going. And sometimes that hurts. Sometimes it's painful. A lot of times it is. A lot of times the things that you want, you're going to have to suffer for. And this is always a conversation that people find off-putting. You bring up suffering a lot. You always bring up it's oppressing. It's always about pain and fuck you, and fuck you. It is about pain and it is about suffering. You live in a modern world right now in which society at large is absolutely enamored with having things done as fast as possible. You have all multitude of distraction to take you away from your personal mission and purpose. You have tons of offerings and temptations and vices, so to speak, to throw you off track. And you have all that, and it's all short-term dopamine-driven pleasure. And you can get your quick fix and your hickses, and I'd almost say your drug hit for feeling good for a few minutes, for a few moments. And then you can do that all fucking day. You can do that all fucking day. You can do that every single day, and you'll get nothing done. Or you can, quote-unquote, suffer and deny yourself those things, because you have to deny yourself things if you want to get things done. And you can impose some discipline, some self-discipline, and you can commit yourself to something, and you can accept the fact that it will be painful to do, because it will be. And with that pain will come some gratification, and there will be some pleasure, and there'll be some contentment in the outcome because you did something meaningful, hopefully. Or you can do none of those things and not think about it, and you get whatever it is that you get. Progression, anything, it's not magic. It's what you do day in and day out. You live it out, as I like to say. You live it out. It's easier to be focused if you're autistic. Autistic, not artistic. Autistic. I suppose. I mean, I'm not autistic myself, but I have known people that are autistic, and they do seem to have an easy time focusing, or easier, or Well, I should take that back. There are things that they find easier to focus on. There's also things that they can't be damned to do at all. So, there's pitfalls to that. That said, focus is unto itself a skill. What is focus? I always make it simple. Focus is just doing one thing at a time and one thing only. No more, no less. If you can do only one thing at once, you're ahead of about 8% of people. I'm talked out. Questions at all? Like I told the kid last night, for those of you that have been listening from the beginning, you got to keep going. And you also have to figure out what the fuck it is that you're doing, since he didn't really know how to train properly. But that's a technical conversation, which I've had before, and I don't feel like talking about right now. Questions, though. This is open question time. Kai Green talks about the same thing. Yeah, daily ritual. Yep. Kai Green does. That's why Kai Green is, I think, the only bodybuilder that I really follow. Him and Kai Green and Dusty Hanshaw. Dusty Hanshaw's a good guy. But yeah, same thing. Daily ritual, day in, day out, discipline, consistency, repetition, etc., 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 so on and so forth. It's the same theme, just different ways of saying it. No questions, ladies and gentlemen? That would be a first. You have until it takes the time for me to finish this. Lean, skinny have to have longer term plans. Yeah, they do. If you're a skinny hard gainer, you have to think long term to begin with, because it's not going to go that fast. Write a guide on AAS juice training. I'm not writing that guide. That already exists on the internet. If you're, I'll email out my suggested. Fucking jeez, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'll email out my suggested guide on juiced training. It's already been written. There's people more qualified than myself that they have written such guides. My intention on writing those emails, since I assume you're on the email list, was just illuminate to people how steroids actually work. Thoughts on NoFap? I really don't have an opinion on it, honestly. Thanks for your talks. You're very welcome. Process trumps goals. No, you need both. You need both. That's a very common diametric fallacy. So either you're process-based or you're goal-based. And if you're goal-based and you ignore the process and you get caught up in the process, goals, you need to have both. A process is for a goal. A goal is determinant of a process, so you need to have both. What books do you read away from bodybuilding? Fuck, everything. Gee, I don't read bodybuilding much at all. 99% of what I read has nothing to do with fitness. What was the NoFap question? My thoughts on NoFap? Guys, I get asked this. I don't have any opinions on it at all. I'm amazed that it's an issue for people that apparently they masturbate that fucking much that it interferes with their daily life to I don't know what degree. Or you watch porn and now you can't even apparently approach a regular woman in public because you've got I don't know, an orgy with 1,000 dicks in it. I have no idea. I have no idea what the fuck. I don't know how people get that fucked up that becomes an issue. I don't know. How do you help your friends that turned soft soy after the military? Yeah, I mean that's kind of how do you help friends? Period. Yeah, what are they living for? What are they doing to themselves? You kind of have to start there. A lot of times helping people, guys, is just trying to ask them questions to get them to think. You can't make anyone do something. There's no forcing people into things. You can lead them to it. You can have them tag along with you. You can ask them, and hopefully it will, spark some learning. Beyond that, I don't know. There's no right, wrong way to go about it. Well, I take that back. There's a wrong way to go about it, which is thinking you're going to make them, which is not going to happen. The right way, like I said, ask them questions, try and lead them through it, and then hopefully they will have some impetus to change themselves. What the fuck do you mean by going soy? I use the term soy to refer to the general malaise of modern masculinity and the decline thereof. And with that comes shitty diet, shitty lifestyle, shitty thinking, etc., etc. Martial arts that I have done, boxing, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, wrestling, all of those. I don't think I missed anything. You guys tell me. Anything else, people? Yes, no, maybe so. Title comment, yes. Listen to it from the beginning if you're just hopping on. Have you ever done steroids? No. Okay, so actually eating soy isn't bad. No, soy's fucking terrible for you. Fucking get the soy, cut all the fucking soy out of your diet. Unless you're living in Japan and are having a fermented, soy. You know what? Actually, not even that. Just fucking get rid of all the soy, period. Get rid of all of it, period. Any thoughts on mangosteen goji berry juice? No. It's fucking juice. And not like the steroid kind, just regular fucking juice. Best martial art for June self-defense? Krav Maga, which I've also done, actually. I would argue Krav Maga, since it literally is just... It's specifically designed, and its historical basis is in being attacked and not getting killed. It's not a competitive martial art. There's no... You're not sparring with people, learning how to fight. You're learning how to disengage and hurt somebody bad enough where you can get away, or incapacitate them. Did you graduate high school? Guessing no. No, I didn't actually. I don't even know how to read. What's your thoughts on keto diet? I have a podcast on that. Listen to the podcast, honestly. I've talked about that at least 3 or 4 times. Don't feel like getting into that conversation. It can work. It's useful. It works for some people. It's not a magical fucking diet as people like to make it out to be. If you want to try it, make sure you do so for some good reasons. Don't expect it, like I said, to be the holy grail, etc., etc. Can we get a college degree Periscope myth one time? Yeah, I will do that eventually, yes. That might be better as a podcast, honestly. I mean, that's a long topic of conversation. That's something I could spend literally 45 minutes, an hour talking on that. Yeah, maybe I should just do this as a YouTube video now that I think about it. What diet what? Understand, sir. Yeah, it's a good question. I think I'll make that a video. I'll make that a video. I've been meaning to put something on my YouTube channel for a long time, so that'd probably be a good thing to start with. Did I miss anything, ladies and gentlemen? You got 1 minute. I must stop this one at the 15-minute mark. Anything else? Where's your home base?